Here's Paddy Power's latest horse racing offer. It's money back as a free bet if your horse finishes second to the SP Fav at one meeting every day this month. Paddy Power, you're welcome. Max free bet £25, 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
Warm welcome back. It's Bruce Millington, Graham Rodway, Paul Keeley and Brendan Duke from Paddy Power. It's all been very genteel so far. No one's got at each other's throats, no friction whatsoever. Everyone's just saying their bit. Perhaps we'll get them revved up and get them off the bridle as we look ahead to the French Classics. The French 1,000 guineas and 2,000 guineas taking place at Deauville this year because obviously they've knocked Longchamp down, so there's nothing happening there. So the action takes place in Normandy, and I think we'll tackle them in chronological order. No reason why not. So at 2:15, it's the old Pouliche. And Brendan Duke set the scene for us with a blast of Paddy Power betting.
Okay, so it's Alice Springs 9-4 Fab, 4-1 Kima, 9-2 Come Alive, 5-1 La Cressonniere, 8-1 Nathra, 10-1 Bashara, and 14's Bar.
Do you know, chaps, the last time a French Guineas of either gender was won by a non-French trained horse was 2007. So the Raiders have got it all to do. Graham, can a overseas entry win?
Yeah, I mean it's not quite the same this year, is it? Usually they can, the Raiders get shafted a bit by the draw, don't they? At Longchamp, they end up drawn out wide, and then they can't.
That's a disgraceful slur. You can't say that.
Obviously, completely by chance, but this year at Deauville will be slightly different. I
They're
wonder
thundering down that straight course, aren't they?
I wonder if the result will be different. Alice Springs seems to be like hard as nails horse, doesn't it? They just turn it up in as many Group and Grade ones as they can, and she runs well every time. She doesn't really win too many of them, does she? I was massively disappointed by Nathra in the 1,000 guineas. I thought she was a place certainty back to each way. She was very disappointing. I thought the booking of Sumiyon for Beshara was quite interesting for William Haggis. Whether she'll stay the trip, I suppose, is the question. I'd probably take a chance on her. To be honest, I don't know a hell of a lot about the French fillies.
Don't you? Okay, well, let's learn about one of them, Kemah. I think that's right, Qemah. And earlier this week we spoke to our Chicago racing advisor, Harry Herbert, who was very positive about her chances.
She's a very, very good filly, very exciting filly. Won her trial impressively, and if she happened to run a big race, then I'd say that a race like the Coronation would be very possible for her. But I think she'd go on anything. I personally wouldn't want to see it too soft. Being by Danehill Dancer, she potentially could handle soft, but she's got such a turn of foot, the filly, that you wouldn't want to see that blunted.
Where did they film that? In the Aviary at London Zoo? Incredible. I love that bird song in the background. Okay, Kills, who do you like here?
Yeah, I mean, that Kemah, I don't think we've ever heard Harry Herbert be anything other than positive and confident, have we? I think he's just that type of guy, isn't he? But she did apparently look very good when she won on her return, and she was only beaten a length and a half by Ballydoyle at Longchamp last year in the Marcel Boussac. So she's got some decent form and may well have improved, and is probably the biggest danger to Alice Springs. Now, Alice Springs, she was beaten 4 lengths in the Guineas, but everyone seems to think this Minding is a superstar. I mean, we have this ludicrous thing where all bookmakers seem to be pricing up Minding for the Derby, with or without a run, and now Somi Dar, Brendan, who you've got as 5-1 with a run for the Derby.
What we've done
He's
is
got absolutely zero chance of running in the Derby. You've 10 non-runners now.
What we've done, because of the situation, it does look bad. So we've gone non-runner, no bet.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't see what's the point of cluttering up websites with betting prices for horses that have got zero chance of running.
Have they both got zero chance? Because I agree with you. There's no chance of whatsoever of Minding running in the Derby. For the very simple reason that if she beat an Aidan O'Brien colt, then all of a sudden she's denied them a Derby-winning stallion. Yeah, so that's obviously not going to happen.
Why is John Gosling going to run Somi Dar in it when he's just unleashed a Dante winner for the Derby? No, it doesn't make any sense. So it's just not going to happen.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not going to happen.
Unless he wants to avoid Minding, I suppose.
Yeah,
who they're all worried about staying, and is the only horse to beat in the Oaks. I mean, it's completely pointless.
The real piss take is that they've got Minding in the Triumph hurdle. I mean, that's never going to happen. Why waste their time with that?
I might back over that.
No, that really annoys me. Anyway, so who are you voting for?
Anyway, I think that form is strong. The 1,000 Guineas form is very strong, and Alice Springs is very tough.
So are you going for her?
But I think Kemah has a little bit of a turn of foot, and if it's running a traditional French-style way, then she might have the turn of foot to win.
All right, then, Brendan, who do you think's going to win this?
I think Alice is hard to oppose.
What price is she?
She's 9-4.
9-4.
I think maybe I'm getting a bit insular. I don't know a whole lot about the French fillies, but I think the English Guinea's form was very strong. She didn't have a great trip. She was stuck out wide, and I know Ballydoyle was unlucky as well. But I think you could make a case that Alice Springs could have finished a bit closer too, and I think she'd be good enough for these.
Okay, 320. It's the Poulans, which is male horsey, of course, in French. And how are you betting on that one, Paddy Power?
7-2 Zarak, 4-1 Zelzal and the Gurkha, 7-1 Birchwood, 9-1 Crazy Horse, and 12-1 George Patton, Dicton, and Attendu.
Let's stick with you for the winner, Brendan. Let's not.
Yeah, again, this is going to seem very insular, but the Gurkha now, you can nearly throw out all the form of the day he won in Navan. It was a ridiculous day. It was a massive pace bias, but he does seem to be very highly regarded, and they've supplemented him for the race. So in Aidan we trust. I'll go for the Gurkha.
All right, who are you going to go for, Graham?
Yeah, you just stole my point exactly. I've never seen a more ridiculous day's racing than that day when the Gurkha won. There's just everything from the front that was drawn low won, and everything that got behind didn't, and the Gurkha did. I'm sure he was massively flattered. I couldn't back him as a result. A Crazy Horse has always been an interesting horse. Again, when this horse won first time out, straight after the race, John Gosden said, we're going to put him away for next year because he's going to be a nice 3-year-old. And then he turned up pretty quickly after that, and no surprise, he won. And that suggests to me that not only was he pretty smart, but he's also going to improve significantly over the winter. And again, we're looking at Frankie and John Gosden. They can't do anything wrong. Crazy Horse is good enough for me. That
was the Horace Hill, wasn't it? Won by a nose, a head, and a length and a quarter.
It was a strange race, though, because he was sort of behind, didn't look like he was going to win, and then all of a sudden he flew and won.
Okay, Keels?
Well, yeah, I mean, let's not pretend we're doing anything other than, uneducated guessing here, because we don't know that much about most of the French horses. They haven't raced against each other. A lot of them are extremely lightly raced. The best form in the race is Richard Fahey's Birchwood and his group form last year. Whether that's going to be good enough, you'd have to doubt. Zarak, the top one's got to be very interesting. Dubarry out of Zarkava, 2 from 2, only won a neck last time, but has got the pedigree. Typically brought along slowly. That'd be my guess, but it'd be no more than that.
All right, very honest of you there. Right, what else is happening Sunday? Bondi Beach runs, doesn't he?
Yes, he does in the.
Have you priced him up yet? Probably about 8's on, isn't he?
Well, he'd be very short. I'm not sure he'd be that short, but he'd be very, very short.
And also, I noticed there's a meeting at the most beautiful racecourse I've ever attended, Killarney, Brendan. Have you fancy anything down there?
I haven't looked at Killarney.
Have you been to Killarney?
Yes, I have. It's beautiful. It always gets mentioned in dispatches along with Santa Anita because it has that mountain in the background. They're similar, aren't they?
That's right. I went there with David Ashforth once, and we met the clerk of the course, and he said, "Yeah, good idea to install those mountains. Really has improved the place." So.
And life comes dripping slow around there, doesn't it? It's a very relaxing, soothing place.
Oh, it's beautiful. It really is. It's lovely. I mean, if you are one of these people who likes to tick off race courses, then I can absolutely urge you to get over to Killarney. Anything else for you, G-Rod, on the Sunday cards?
No, I must admit, I had a quick look at that Bondi Beach race. Absolutely tons in hand, should absolutely bolt up.
Righto.
Nothing else stood out.
Keels?
No, not for me.
Okie dokie. Right, who's working? Who's off at the weekend? Graham?
I think I'm working on Saturday, and then I'll be
off
on Sunday.
It would help if you knew, because we might end up with an awkward situation if no one knows.
I think I'm pretty sure that tomorrow or Saturday I'll be working.
Keels?
I'm off, and I'm going to see Spamalot tomorrow night.
What's that?
It's
Monty Python and the Holy Grail at the theatre.
Oh, really?
Yeah, brilliant.
That sounds right up Kills' street, that does.
You going to the theatre?
Yeah, I need to see Monty Python.
I didn't know you liked Monty Python. And Brendan, what about you, mate? Hard at it all weekend?
No, I'm off on Sunday. I might go to Navan if I can find someone to give me a lift.
Excellent. Oh, do you not drive, or as well as not own a necktie?
No, that's right. I'm a cyclist, Bruce. I wanted to drive, but the people who are responsible for allocating licences don't think I meet the criteria. Four times I've tried and failed to get the licence, and the last one was the sickest of all, because I really put some serious yards in. I did all the pre-tests and everything, and I said to your man, "What do you think?" And no one ever gives you any guarantees, quite rightly as it turns out. But he said, "Look, basically, if you do what you did today, you're going to pass." and I was absolutely, I owned the test. I was doing everything, and then you have to do this one thing where you have to reverse around a corner. And I was reversing around the corner, and I slightly got offline. And what happened was some wretched pedestrian came around, and you have to stop immediately when you see a pedestrian. But I didn't. I thought I could beat him around the corner by the time I did see him. And that's an automatic fail. And we're walking back in. This is my fourth and last time. And I said to your man, and he said, well, it's an automatic fail. And I said, what about the rest of it? He said, flawless. Just salt in the wounds.
You should have persevered. You should have persevered.
No, I'm a cyclist now. I'm a cyclist now.
Is the pedestrian walking again now, or are they still trying to get over their injuries?
Oh, I wasn't even close to them.
It.
That's the thing. These people, they set a ridiculous standard.
Oh dear. Okay, chaps, have a great weekend. Thank you very much. And like I said, we're back on Monday to review all the action.
The Racing Postcast in association with Paddy Power. They prize support UK and Irish racing the night before.